Hey guys, this is Grace and welcome to our December monthly celebrations video. I am here to share with you the items that I pulled to make this page and also a little bit about my thoughts on what I'm going to be planning on doing with this page. If you are new to my channel or new to this series, this is the monthly series that I've been doing in 2017, a collaboration with Coley Bing here on YouTube. I'll make sure to link her video in the description below. But basically we're creating pages every month and as to what we're celebrating for that specific month. And for month of December, of course, I'm going to be focusing my page on Christmas because that's a tradition that we do here at my home, and so I figured I'd catch up on some Christmas pages with this particular video. Also, all of my videos for this series have come with a double page sketch. If you're interested in the sketch, want to print it or want to pin it, the link in my the sketch is on my blog, and the blog is gonna be linked in the description below. Whoa, that was a lot. Okay, so let's get started. Another thing that I've been doing with this particular series is that I've been using 4x6 photos. I have found I would say over the last 2 years that when I focus on just using 4x6 photos, it doesn't take me too long to edit them and to get them ready for printing, and B, yes, I know that they are bigger and more cumbersome, but I can always just crop them and cut them if I need it. It just seems like a lot of my pages, when they have 4x6, it just goes the process for me with creating them and with designing with them just is faster. So I don't know if you guys are interested in that and trying out just 4x6 photos, but that's what I've been doing in the last couple of years, and I have made a lot more pages than I have done in the past few years. Okay, so I have a buttload of, or maybe I shouldn't say that, right? I have a bunch of pictures for this particular page, and these are Christmas morning pictures from 2014. This is my little guy. He's now 3 years old, and he was just a baby in this photo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So I'm going to try to cram 11 4x6 photos in this 2-page layout. So make sure that you check out my sketch, because that will help you visualize what I am planning on how I plan on arranging these photos. So products, let's go on. Okay, so I just pulled out a bunch of stuff from my stash here. What I do is I pick pictures and then I start with a sketch, and so with a sketch in mind, I know the layout of my page, if I need a lot of papers, if I need a lot of certain things, and so then the pulling of the products is kind of like the last stage before making the page. So here are the products that I've planned on kind of incorporating. Let's go on with the embellishments first, because they are on the top of the pile here. So I just pulled a bunch of stuff from my stash. This one is an acrylic hello. I believe this one is from Freckled Fawn. I think this one's from Freckled Fawn too. I might be wrong, but it's just a chipboard, or no, a wood word home. I thought would be good to incorporate. The right side of my page, excuse me, will be filled with photos, and so I figured I can kind of incorporate this with like the empty spaces of my photos. And then I did a series not a long time ago using cut files, and I have a bunch of these. What it is I had a cut file that matches a stamp set that I have from Inspired by Stamping, and I have a bunch more of that Christmas themed that I plan on, again, incorporating just kind of like accents, act like stickers on my page. And so I have a bunch of them here that I want to incorporate on my photos and my page. And then I have these 3 pieces of white paper that has stitched edging on them, and I used, for the circles, I have an Avery Elle nested stitch die for that, and then for the rectangle I have a memory box. And so these are just scraps that I pulled out, and I thought white could go with whatever page, and so I'm going to try to incorporate that with this page. I have these epoxy stickers from SCI, and they're red snowflakes. I know I pulled some traditional blue, not blue, but green and red for this particular page, and so I'm going to see if I can incorporate any of this, if not all of this, so I can just, you know, use up my stash and be done with it. I have these papers, again, I used them for a series. I think it was in my journaling series. These are just papers from a paper pad, a Recollections paper pad, and I love the gold accents on this. I can see me cutting these out and just incorporating it on my photos. And I also found, you know, like these one circles, I can put a date on there or something. There's notes, and then there's today that I can maybe incorporate to add my journaling. Who knows? But I'm going to pull that out just to see. And then I have this quite old sticker sheet. I believe this one's October Afternoon, and I just kind of combine a lot of the stickers here, but in this part there's a lot of winter mistletoe, you know, reindeer stockings, so I might be able to incorporate that. If anything, I can incorporate these label stickers for, again, added journaling or some subtitles or whatever, but I'm gonna see if I can incorporate that. And then I also have some more die cuts. There's this wreath that I believe I got this from Paper Issues. They give out free cut files, I think once a month, if not more, but I got this, and it was a set of 4 cut files, and this one seemed to be looking kind of like a holly type of cut file, and so I'm going to try to incorporate that if I can. There's this word celebrate, and I'm thinking my title could be celebrate or Christmas morning, celebrate at Christmas morning, something to that effect, but I wanted to use this because it's a cursive font, and these letters that could spell Christmas morning is very blockish, so I'm going to try to see if I can, you know, put them together. Now for papers, I have 3. I have these are all from a Recollections Christmas paper pad. I have this red one with the snowflakes, I have this green plaid, and then I have this mint green stars. The reason why I picked this mint green is because, let me see here. Nope, where is it? I think it's this one. So this piece of wrapping paper matches this green one. I thought it matches anyways, and so I'm going to run with it because it blends well with my photo, so that's why I picked this one as well. And then I have 2 white cardstocks that's going to be my background pieces, and this is going to be my base for my layout. So watch me as I create this layout, and let me know if you have any questions, and we'll get right on it. Okay, so let's get started with this project. I am just pulling out all of the items off of my paper so that I can work on the foundation pieces, which are just 2 pieces of white cardstock, which actually are not cardstock. They're the back side of pattern papers that I don't care for much. I'm sure that if you have been watching the videos that I have made, that you know that that's exactly what I do, or the papers that I use for my white cardstock. So now I'm laying out all my photos. The photos have to go first because they're going to be the bulk of this page, and because I'm working with 4x6 photos, I know that some of them will overlap, some that I have to crop, and so I have to make sure that they have room for on the right side of my page first before I do anything else. And so now that I have all my photos, that I can work on filling out the rest of the pieces. And basically the only big piece of pattern paper would be this green gingham one that I'm going to put on the top left side of my page. Again, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, you can always check out the sketch that I am using for this particular page on my blog, and the blog link will be in the description below. I needed to create a little bit of border on the left and the right side of my page, so that's why I'm trimming that star piece of paper 1/4 inch, and I'm going to do that again so that I can have a border on the right side. So I wanted to use this wreath paper or the wreath cutout for this page, and I'm just trying to see which circle would fit that best. The one that I had initially cut was a little bit too small, and so I'm going to cut another one. These colors that I'm using are from Creative Memories, and I'm using the red blade. I don't know if that makes any difference, but just in case somebody is wondering. And so now that I've laid out everything, as you can see, I have not cut out anything yet, and I haven't adhered anything as well. And so while I was moving things around, I figured I wanted to have a decoration or some kind of a decorative edge to my red strip of paper, and so I've grabbed this Fiskars, it's a bracket punch, I believe, and then I am going to cut that twice so that I will have 2 borders that I can incorporate on my page. And I find that when I am doing something, when I'm creating a double page layout, to make it cohesive, I do something on the left, and that's exact same thing I'm going to do on the right. So I find that that balances everything and then makes the 2 page come together really well. And so now that I have created my borders, I did cut about 3/4 inch strip of that same gingham paper, and I'm going to add that to the right. So now that I have that all, and I believe at this time I also cropped my photos, the ones on the right side, just to make sure that they are where I want it to be, and I'm not cutting out some important details from it. I don't think I've adhered anything yet at this point, but I just wanted to see how it's all going to go. Now that celebrate word, that's cut out from watercolor paper, and that's going to be part of my title. But as you can see, it was getting lost with that green gingham paper. I can't talk today, maybe because I'm talking too fast, so I have to just talk slowly. Anyways, I decided to cut a vellum piece to go in between the title and the pattern paper, just to make that stand out. Now, because I added vellum to the left side, I was thinking maybe I should add another vellum on the right side, but that is not going to happen because there's just no room. As you can see, the right side is it's full of photos. So I just didn't have enough room for it. And so now I decided that I'm going to abandon the idea of using the wreath, because it was, I don't know, the white color of it was just throwing me off. There's no other whites in my page that was like that exactly, and if I cut out the wreath, it was just, where am I going to put it on the right? So I just decided to abandon that and instead cut a mat from that red paper, and then matted the circle, and that looks much better for me. So now I'm going to work on my title, and the stickers that I'm using is from the sticker sheet from Echo Park, and it's actually a birthday themed one, but I'm deciding to use it here because the red matches really well with the red and green theme that I'm using. And so maybe this could be a good idea for you to look at some of your stickers, even if they're not meant to be Christmas or any other holiday. If they match the color that you're going for, you can always use it. And so because my title is pretty long, and it's 3 words, Celebrate Christmas Morning, I wanted the title to be staggered, kind of like a step or a ladder. And so I'm using my T ruler to make sure that the middle word, which is Christmas, be centered not only between the word celebrate and morning, but also centered with that vellum piece. So now that that's done, then I am going to add the celebrate. Now I ran out of the letter A, and so I inverted a V, and I was going to add a dot to the center of that, but it didn't look good to me, so I just took out the dot and just kept the inverted V on there. And now the watercolor piece was getting a little bit lost. The color of it was just too different from the rest of my title, and so I needed to color that up, and I'm using a pink distress ink. I forgot the specific color of it, but I'm just adding that with a finger dauber, and my favorite part of the Distress inks is adding some water splotches on there. I just love seeing the resist that it creates with the water, and so that's what I'm gonna do here, and just sprinkle that. And I did sprinkle a little bit too much water, so when I dabbed it off, that it took a lot of the color from it, and so I'm just going to set that aside to dry, and then I'm going to add a little bit more pink to that once I'm ready to adhere it to my page. So now that that's drying, my photos are done, my title is pretty much done. I'm going to be working on my journaling. So I just typed up my journaling in the Word document, and because I was feeling lazy and I had that piece of paper sitting on my table, I just decided to use the green gingham paper and turn that over on the other side, which is a white background, and then that's what I used for my cardstock. So not only can you use pattern papers that have white backing for background pieces, but you can also cut them for journaling strips like I did here. And now I'm just going to be adhering that with some mini glue dots. I love mini glue dots for things like this, strips of paper, strips of embellishments, because they are so easy and they're mess free. And I just want to take this moment to thank everybody for supporting me and Nicole with our year-long collaboration. This has been fun. It has also been very challenging for me, especially since my goal was to create 12 different sketches for double page layouts and using only 4x6 photos. There were some months that I felt like I was kind of spinning the wheel, doing the same things over and over again. So, but I love challenges like this where it makes me think outside of the box, or makes me just do things that are different for me. So I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have. So now that my photos and my title and my journaling are all set, I can decorate this page. And frankly, there's a lot going on this page already. So I'm going to be adding embellishments in like little spots here and there. And there's really no room for me to do anything big. I decided to cut out those gold strips of paper that is from the pattern paper, and I just added that in 3 different positions on my page. And then now I am going to be working on these